So in this video, I'm just going to go over the whole process. You're going to go through the protocols for taking the test at the proctoring lab. So when you get there, they've got the lockdown browser on the desktop. Here I have to actually open it. I don't have it on the desktop of mine, but it'll be right there. The proctor can help you find it if need be, but you'll just open that. And when you open that, it's going to take you straight into Canvas. And so you won't, most likely you won't have this come up. I have this come up because I'm running on my computer, so I got to close this application. But on yours, everything there at the proctoring lab, everything will be closed. It takes you straight to Canvas, as I said, so you'll need to log in. And you'll, of course, have to do the authenticator and do all that process on your phone. And once you've done that, you will put your phone, they have a special pocket there for where your phone goes. You'll put your phone there in the pocket. So now you're in Canvas. You'll want to go to our course, of course. And let me switch to student view. So it looks like yours. Okay, so you come here and you want to go down to quizzes. And here's the test entry. And the first time, it's probably going to say take survey or open survey or something like this. Subsequent times, it'll say resume survey. It says resume survey for me because I've already done this a bunch of times. So I'll click here. And here's where I can get into WebAssign. I want to point out right up here, this is a calculator that you can use if you don't have one, or if for some reason your calculator stops working, there is a calculator right here that you can use. But link to WebAssign, so you want to click this. It's going to open up another tab. You want to go ahead and log in. Okay, so then once you're into WebAssign, you'll want to go to the test. I actually don't have the test up here. I'm going to go into the practice test. But point being, you click into the assignment you want, which will be the test for you. And here, this is where the proctor needs to enter the password. So you'll need to get the proctor's attention. They will enter the password from their own station, okay? They'll take control of your computer. You won't be able to do anything. They will enter the password and they'll go ahead and click verify, most likely. And then after they've done that, then they'll give you control back and then you'll be able to launch the assignment. Check the time. Make sure this is the correct time for you. Remember, this default time here for the test is 60 minutes. So if the wrong time is stated, do not go into the test. You need to notify me immediately. You need to get out and let me know. But we'll assume it's the correct time. And so if it is, then you launch the assignment. All right, so then the timer comes up here. You can minimize this if you don't like it, but it tells you how much time is remaining. Here are the formula sheets. Now you'll only have the 211 formula sheet. That's all you need. These other ones will appear in physics too, but for this course, it'll be just the 211 formula sheet, and you can click that and it opens up the formula sheets. And these formula sheets, again, are on the home page in WebAssign itself under the resources. In fact, I'll show you exactly where that is in just a minute. Point being that you can access those right now. You don't have to be in the test to see the formula sheets. And it's good to familiarize with yourself with the formula sheets so you know where everything is. Then you go through and you can answer the questions. And, you know, this is pretty standard here. So you just like in regular WebAssign, you submit your answer, or I should say you type it in, and then you submit your answer. Green check mark means you got it correct. So I got it right on the first try, which means I get full credit. You can click up here and see I've used one of my 2 submissions. If it takes two submissions, remember that you only get half credit. So down here, if I pick Golgari is incorrect. Okay, so that's wrong. I have got one more. Let's see, blue and green, that's Simic. So there we go. And you can see it took me 2 submissions here. And so if I open this up, I'd use 2 submissions. That's why I only got half credit. Now, let's say something happens. Something goes wrong with one of these. Maybe in here, you're typing in your answer and you make an obvious typo. And there are several things that could be an obvious typo, but you feel like, hey, this is pretty clear that it was a typo. And I don't mean like you put a minus sign and you didn't mean to. I mean like you typed a letter in there while you were typing in the number, something like that, something that's clearly a typo. Or there's something else that happens. You can type a message to me, I made a typo with my first submission, and it doesn't need to be a long message. If I need more from you, I'll reach out to you for more information, but you can say, hey, I made a typo with my first submission, and you can send this to me and I'll get it. Or maybe you made the typo with your second submission, maybe then something happened, you didn't get to enter the correct answer. Just say the correct answer is, or my intended answer, whatever, is 7.8, whatever. You can put in what that is. And if I see your message, then I'll look and I'll see your last submission and I'll see, hopefully, that yes, there is a clear typo, this is obvious. And then if your answer, the answer that you put up there in the Ask Your Teacher is correct, I'll make sure that you receive the appropriate credit. But the point is, if something happens during the test and you feel you've been negatively impacted on a specific problem, use the Ask Your Teacher function to to send me a message. Now, another thing that might happen while you're taking the test is maybe you, for whatever reason, forgot something. Something just popped out of your head. You have got, everybody needs to know this, you have full access to WebAssign. So, you can go back to look at that Forces homework. What was Newton's third law again? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what it is. So you can go back and you can look these things up if you need to. That is totally fine. And then once you've done that, then you can say, oh, yeah, that's what Newton's third law is. Then you can get back into the test. You don't need to re-enter the password. You just go right back in, and then you can do that. It takes time, though. So you don't want to be doing that a lot. You need to come in prepared, already know this stuff. That's just a backup if you suddenly have a brain freeze, and you're just suddenly blanking on something and you want to go quickly find it. That's what it's for. But otherwise, you need to be on task doing the test so that you can get through in the time that you have. Once you are done, and I did want to show one thing. It was about the calculator. The calculator does stay up even over here, right? So you can open the calculator and have access to it if you need it. I'm not crazy about this calculator, but again, I want to make sure everybody's aware of it. But once you are done, okay, so you have finished the test, either because you're out of time or you've just answered everything and you have no more submissions that you need to make, then you can just leave. You just click up here and say, okay, I'm done. This message comes up, and this may cause you to be startled. Don't. This is just a Canvas message. This has nothing to do with WebAssign. This is purely Canvas. You're done with the exam, so you can just say no, close the browser. And then it's going to come up and say, wait, why are you leaving? It's fine. You don't need to give me anything. You do have to, though, type a message. See, if you don't type anything and you just say save reason, it says please enter a reason. So you just need to put gobbledygook. It doesn't matter. Just one letter, in fact, will suffice. Save reason, close browser, and then you're able to get out. That's all there is to it. Certainly, if you have any questions, let me know. I've also outlined these already in all this in an email that I'm sending out in an announcement. So you'll be able to make sure you get all these protocols straight.